is Peter, and as you talk to Ricardo, this is a sample of the online platform where you can register all the stringing rackets to be done, and you can monitor how they are and so forth. So you guys are gonna have a username and a password, and once you log in, the system displays all the stringing orders and their respective status. So for example, these are new, the ones that are just came in. These are the ones that are stringing. These are the ones that are ready, and all these three others are they're done. Like it's basically ready as well. Okay. So as you click on the filters, the system is going to display accordingly. Okay. So what we have here is, for example, the picture of the player, the ID, the order number. This is the orders, the customer's name. This is the status of the order, of the whole order. This is to identify the racket number. So in this order from Shuai Peng, she has 3 rackets. They have already all been picked up, and they have been picked up on the July 30th at 5:32, and the date due was on the 30th of July at 3:30, and it was due at the Olympics at Rio de Janeiro. So basically, this just is a quick display of the order, and you can either click here to access the entire order, or you click here to edit just the current racket. So let's access the order. You can click here, and it's going to show the player's picture, the order number, the last name, first name of the player, the status of the order, and here you can see what are the items that needs to be done. So this is the racket, the strings main, the brand, the tension, and if there's any pre-stretch, the crosses, if there's any dampener in the racket, if there's to be any stencil of the brand of the racket, stencil of the string of the racket, if there was any cushion to be done, any overgrip to be done, any custom to be done, like place lead and so forth, who is going to be the stringer, and when is it due. And here the status of this racket. So this is the racket number 1. The status is picked up. Here there's any extra observations. You can edit the order here, and then you can print the labels, big and small, and this goes accordingly to your printer. So you guys let us know what's the size of your printer and the label, and then we'll just custom the size accordingly. And if you click here, it's going to create another racket with the same specs as this racket. Okay, so it's going to create, for example, racket number 2, exactly the same specs. This one is to delete the racket, and since there were 3 rackets, this is racket 1, 2, and 3. So for example, if Shuai Peng, she brings 4 rackets and they're all the same, you just register 1 racket, and then you keep pressing the button copy and paste, and then it's going to create another copy of the same racket. Okay. If you click here on edit, you're gonna have the status of the racket. Here you can type the brands. So for example, let's say it's the E-Zone DR. As you press, it filters the racket brands. The grip size, if you're going to put the strength, you can type Luxlon, and then we have all sorts of Luxlons pre-registered already. You can type in the tension, and if it's either in pounds or in kilos, if there's any pre-stretch to be done, amount of knots, if the player wants it to be strung in the morning or in the evening, if there's going to be any stencil of the brand of the racket. If yes, you choose the brand and the color. If there's to be any stencil of the brand of the string, you choose the string and then the color. Here you're gonna have pre-register all the stringers in your store. If you have different stringing machines, you can say, okay, so JL is going to string on Babolat sensor number 1. If you're supposed to put any cushion, like any leather or synthetic leather, you just register in the, there's a place where you can register all the types. And then here it just displays if it is the customer, if the customer brought the item, or if you are going to sell it to him. Okay. Overgrip, there's tons of overgrips types you can register, and then also again if it is the customer's overgrip or if he's buying from the store, and if there's going to be any dampener, and if yes, if it is his or her dampener and or bought from the store. Here's the details for the delivery. So you can say encore to a certain address or a certain place, the date that is due, and the time, the estimated time to deliver, the observations, and if it is already paid or not. Okay. So these are the things for the orders. Once the customer arrives to pick it up, you can go here for in this menu for pickup, and then it's going to display all, you can filter by order, by name, and so forth. So for example, I want to filter Shuai Tang. I filter, and then let's see this order here, string, oh, picked up, no, oh, there's a small bug online, so here we have to fix it. So you can filter, and then it shows all the orders. Okay, so this is the manual, this is what it's for. Here you can register the players. Oh no, sorry, this one was specific for the no, this is actually for the players, that's right. And you can register the players. So here you register the player, last name, first name, the country. This was just for the Olympics, the email, the telephone, and then here shows the amount of rackets he has, the amount that he has paid, and here's going to display all the rackets that he has. Okay. Users. So this is like basically the users, and if they are or not stringers. So for example, my name is Peter, so here's my all my account details, and you click here if I'm going to be a stringer or not. Once you click here to be stringer and you go to an order, my name is going to show up here as a stringer. Okay. What else? Admin. So here's all the info that you register. So for example, there's a new racket now called the eZone 98, right? So the eZone 98 is not here, so you can register. Say, okay, it's not here, so I'm going to register Yonex eZone 98. So Yonex eZone 98. Save the racket. And now if I try to find all the eZones there's a new eZone 98, and so forth. Okay. So we already pre-set up the database for you guys with all the rackets that we know so far. But if there's any that you don't find, you just register over here. So the same goes for the strings, for the stencils brands, the string stencil brands, the cushions, overgrips, and so forth. Okay, so all the things are here. And basically the system is for you guys to register all the incoming rackets to be strung per customer and per racket. So as you can see, it's pretty much straightforward. We are doing a new system, so we're trying to do also an app where you can scan the rackets, and once you scan the rackets, it brings all the details. Or once it is a new racket, you can print barcode for the racket, so it's easier for you guys to track. So we're working on a new one. This was the first version that we did, and we're not doing any new development on this platform. We're doing the new one. But anything that happens, like any bug that shows up, you guys just let us know, and then usually we fix it in at most 1 day or 2 days. It's already up in the air, fixed. Okay. As you can see, sometimes not. Actually, this is half English, half in Portuguese, but we're going to publish for you guys all in English. And the other feature for the new platform is that you can custom to your own language. So some of you guys are from Italy, from Spain, so you guys can do the translations on the setup of the software. And once you do the language translation, here's going to be written pedidos or whatever other name you guys prefer to see at your store. So it's going to be customized per client. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy. Let us know. The fees for now is we're charging one-time fees for the entire year. There's no limit on the amount of users, the amount of players, or the amount of orders. And we're just doing a special price because we're focusing on the new software, and once it's done, then we're going to start charging the actual price. It's not going to be that much of a difference, but for now we're just making a special price so you guys can test the software, give us the feedback, and we're pretty much straightforward. Once you let us know what's the issue, we'll fix it right away and make the software work for you guys. Okay? Nice to meet you guys, and hope you enjoy.